in Wake Up Now right now. So what I want to do is bring forward the queen of Lavish Life Concepts, the wife and the supporter of DL Moneyman Woods, our mentor. Let me go ahead and bring forward Miss Quiana Cash Queen Woods. Are you on the call?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me loud and clearly?
I hear you loud and clear. The floor is yours.
Awesome. First off, I want to give it back to you, Kenny. Thank you for that introduction. You have truly been a pleasure to work with this entire time. This journey that we've had together, even until this company, I have enjoyed you. So I thank you just for that.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Awesome. All right, guys. First, I want to say good evening to everybody. So happy to be on this call. We thank you for your time. We promise to give you guys the nuggets that we've been given to help you go forward in this business as well as this 90-day challenge, guys. I'm super excited for what's coming up. This is the first time ever me training on side of my husband. So I've asked to go first because I don't want to have to go after him, all right? But, guys, I hope y'all have a pen and paper at hand. I'm going to give you a quick few notes. I'm not going to take up a lot of time. I'm going to try to speak slowly and clearly so that you can hear me, guys. But just starting out, for those that don't know, we've been in this business for over a year now, guys. And for those that don't know, when we got started, my husband actually got started against my will. I had a really bad attitude and look on this industry because we have been in it for 5 years. Now, for a lot of people that are just getting started, they're probably like, well, why did you stay around that long if you had a bad attitude about it? But honestly, just being honest, guys, we knew there was something better than what we had saw growing up. So this is why we continue to stay in this industry. But for myself, I had a bad taste on my mouth about the industry. So without that, my husband continued to get involved with this business. He continued to grow it against my wills. I nagged him. I talked bad for a very long time because I was at home with a child and later on one on the way, and it just didn't seem like we would get to that next level. So, again, I had a bad attitude about this business, okay? Now, guys, after being in the business for 3 months and paying $100 every month out of our account because we weren't working it together, we weren't agreeing upon it, it became a burden. And then one day something woke up in DL and he said, you know what, it's obviously working for somebody else, so let me change my attitude and work this business as hard as I know I can. And, guys, I'm telling you, it took off from that moment that he changed his attitude. It wasn't too far after that when I saw him having success, that my attitude changed, guys. So what I want to address and talk about and train on tonight is attitude, because that is so, so important to your success in this business, how you look at it. And I want to start off, guys, by giving you the definition of what an attitude is versus by the dictionary, what it states that attitude is. The definition of attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. So, guys, I just shared with you, we weren't working this business 3 months in because our attitude was, we've been in it for 5 years, it may or may not work, let's just stick around and see what happens. So, guys, that was our thought process, just stick around and see what happens. The time that the attitude changed in DL and said, this could work for me because it's working for others, is when his behavior changed and he began to work the business and become successful. So, guys, I want you to see the correlation that we're going to get into that's between the way you're thinking about something and how it affects your behavior on it. All right? So we're addressing thinking that you have to have before this challenge. Guys, this 90-day challenge, I'm going to be honest with you. To do something for 90 days straight is going to take some really hard dedication and focus. You're going to have to know why you're doing this. These are questions you need to ask yourself. Why am I doing this? And another question you have to ask yourself is, what can make me quit? See, guys, if you don't know why you're doing this business, why you're going to do this challenge, you're not going to make it. You have to know that I'm focused for this 90 days because in 90 days, I can change my family's life. Guys, for 3 months of paying $100, that's 90 days of doing nothing. We were hurting. But in that next 90 days, we went from the Founder 3 Club to being F6s. So, guys, I'm telling you right now, what you're going to have is a real dedication and set mind that my behavior is going to change. My attitude is going to be great. You got to have a strong why, okay? What made us change, what made my husband change initially is because now we had a baby on the way, and he knew that we have to do something different. We have to go to that next level. With so many people around us that are pulling on us, and you may have people around in your family that need you to be successful. So you're going to have a why. You know, if it's your children, if it's your family, it's your friends, somebody that needs you to go, you have to have a why, even if it's just for yourself. Okay? So you first have to figure out, why am I doing this? Next, when I said what can make me quit, you have to ask yourself this question because you're going to deal with a lot of things. You're going to have people tell you no. You're going to have people stop talking to you. That's a big thing we deal with, guys. And I hear this so often from people that say, I've been in this industry for a long time. I don't know if I want to do another business because I've burned my bridges. Nobody wants to talk to me, so I don't think I can do it. Guys, that's not a reason. That's an excuse. That is an excuse. After being in this industry for 5 years, right out of high school, being in this industry, we have come and talked to a lot of people about different opportunities. And when we got to this business and it really was what it said it was going to be, we still had a lot of people that did not believe us. But that didn't stop. That didn't make anybody quit. That made us say, okay, you know what? They're obviously not believing us because they've seen us in other companies. So what can we do to solve that? We can prove them wrong by being successful. So, guys, you have to figure out what's going to make you quit. De'el could have quit when I said, baby, if another $100 come out of that account, I'm leaving. He could have quit. Another time he could have quit is when he sat up there having to donate plasma, both of us having to donate plasma and not seeing the reward of this industry. He could have quit. So in this 90 days, guys, you have to find out what's going to make you quit, because if you're not tough, you're going to end up quitting. So you want to know, hey, I'm not quitting, period. I'm not going to quit. You have to have that mentality. I am not going to quit. So that's why you need to answer that question, because you need to know what to knock you out this game. All right? Guys, it's all a mental game. How you look at stuff, your attitude about this business and what it takes to get to the next level. All right? You have to, it's about your outlook. And one of the quotes that I love, guys, it says, change your outlook. Someone has the problem you have, but not your attitude, which makes the difference. I'm going to repeat that, guys, so you can write that down. Change your outlook. Someone has the same problem you have, but not your attitude, which makes the difference. There are other people in this business that have not got their 3, but they're still positive. They're still saying, I can do it. I can make it. I'm not going to quit. And then there are those that, I can't get my 3. It doesn't work. I've talked to everybody. And, of course, we all know everybody really isn't everybody. It's just who we were comfortable and wanted to talk to at that moment. If we were scared they were going to say, no, we haven't talked to them. So when we say I talked to everybody, that's not true. But you have to change your outlook. There are some people that aren't good at explaining the business. There are some people that can say, hey, I'm not good at explaining the business. I don't know, I don't understand everything I'm doing, but there's a system out there to help those. So you can be the person to say, I don't know how to explain the business. I'm scared of talking to people. I don't know what to say or when to say it. Or you can be that person that's positive and say, hey, you know what, I may don't know how to explain the business, but I have a system that is allowing me and helping me to explain the business. So I'm going to make it regardless. I'm going to make it. So you have to change your outlook, guys. You can't look at this as just another thing. You have to look at this and say, you know what, it's something I can do. It's something that's going to change my life. And I'm telling you guys, it really can if you have the right attitude. Another quote that really touched my heart is saying, your problem is really not your problem. Your attitude about your problem is your problem. I hope y'all heard that. Your problem is really not your problem. Your attitude about your problem is your problem. Is it that you really can't get 3? Is that really your problem? Or is it the attitude you have when somebody tells you no? Is that what your problem is? You got to look at yourself. What's my problem? What am I having an issue with? Why am I not getting it done? Again, guys, somebody else has your problem. We could have, I think about this, guys. When we were sitting on that table giving plasma, it's plenty of time that we could have sat there and soaked in our issues. We got bills due. We have a child to feed. We have to eat. We don't have gas. It's so many things we could have used to say, you know what, life is just terrible. It's bad. It sucks. We're not getting anything accomplished. That's the easy thing to do. But you know what, at the end of the day, there's somebody else out there that does not have food in their home. There are people that don't have a home. There are people that were sitting on those tables with us giving plasma for even worse reasons. So again, guys, your problem is really not your problem. Your attitude about your problem is your problem. You can't say, oh, because nobody supports me, I can't do this business. There's other people that are successful that don't have support from those that are closest to them. So don't use that excuse, guys. Another thing, guys, 2 things that define you. Your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. In this 90 days, guys, the turnaround you're going to have, some people are going to go from IBOs all the way to F6. Some people are going to go IBOs, maybe even F7 or F3 or F4 or F5. You're going to hit those ranks, guys, and it's going to be a difference. 90 days is a time. You're going to have patience in those 90 days. You're going to have to say, you know what? Maybe I didn't get my goal right now, but I know I'm going to hit it and exceed it next month. So I'm going to have patience while I don't have what I want. And then when you get what you want, when you hit F6, because you will, when you hit F6, because you will, the attitude you have when you have everything is going to define you. See, guys, we didn't wait to get to F6 to say, you know what, we're going to be better people. We're going to give all that we can to those that call on us. We didn't do that. I'm not going to push my religion on anybody, but we didn't say we're going to wait till we're F6 to start tithing. This is just us. This doesn't apply to everybody. This is just us. We didn't say when we got to F6, oh, we're going to start praying more. We're going to start giving back more. For those that don't know, we've been volunteering with a group, Young Life, for the past 3 to 4 years. And we had patience through that. So our attitude, now that we have something, I won't say everything, now that we have something, that defines us. So what is going to define you when you have everything in the next 90 days? When you are bringing $7,000 plus into your home, What is going to define you? Are you going to be a stingy person? Are you going to be a rude person? Are you going to be a person that doesn't want to take calls from your teammates anymore when they need you? Because that's not something you want to do. You don't want to say, hey, I'm F6 now, and I don't have time for anybody. Do you want to be defined like that? So in the next 90 days, guys, you have to work on your attitude as well as your business, because that's going to define you. There's a little difference, guys, in people. But the little difference makes a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it is positive or negative. Guys, I'm giving you these attitude quotes because it's seriously about how you're looking at things. It's seriously about your attitude. So again, there's a little difference in people. There's not a big difference between myself and you. There's not a big difference between De'el and you. There's not a big difference between Seymour and you. There's not a big difference between the Kiambers and the Stanishas. There's not a big difference between those ladies, the Brandon Stringers, the Julian Kushners. There's not a big difference between them and you. It's a little different. But what makes the big difference is the attitude, whether it's positive or negative. So you have to do a self-check in this 90 days before it starts, because it starts on June 1st. So you have to do a self-check. Am I a positive person or am I a negative person? Do people want to be around me, guys? This is a people business. If you're negative, if you're rude, nobody's going to want to be around you. You want to create yourself to be a person that others want to be around, which brings me to my next quote. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. I want y'all to hear that. Write that down. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. You have to create yourself. You have to create what it is that you want to be. I remember going through a little time where I felt like I don't know who Quiana is, so I can't be my best. I can't get on a training call because I don't know who Quiana is. I remember feeling I can't talk in front of a room. I can't go prospect anybody. I can't pitch a product to anybody because I don't know who I am. And I was quickly disrupted of that thinking because it wasn't about not knowing myself. It's just I wasn't creating myself to be the person I wanted to be. See, guys, we have so many examples of great leadership in this company, in this world. We have great leadership. You just have to find that person. You have to self-develop to become that person. And what happens, what I figured out, what helped me get to that next level was I start taking from people what I liked about them, and I start applying it to my life. See, I like Kiamber's confidence. See, it didn't matter who she was talking to or what she's talking about. She's going to say what she has to say, and she's going to keep going. And that was something that I liked. So what did I do? I took from that, I applied it to who I am, and that helped me to create myself. So, guys, with this attitude, with this next 90 days, you're creating yourself. You have to create, what kind of leader do I want to be? So you can't get to F6 and say, I'm an F6, and I'm not leading anybody, or nope, I don't have to worry about training anybody or helping anybody get to this level. See, when you get to F6, you're put into a leadership position. When you get to F3, you're put into a leadership position. There should be no F3s on the call that don't know how to do the presentation, that don't know how to do a three-way call. Yeah, I know it's a simple position to hit, but in that time, you have to be willing. Hey, if I could get to F3, you can get to F3. And the only way you're going to train somebody to get to your position is by making sure that you've created leadership within yourself. So, guys, I just want to end with this. A few things before I turn this call over. I hope I haven't bored you or taken too much time from you all. You want to practice perfect and have perfect practice in this next 90 days. You may not know how to talk to somebody, but I'm telling you now, for the next 90 days, talk to everybody. Anybody that smiles at you, that is 3 feet or closer, you talk to them and you practice. If they say no, so what? You practice perfect with a smile, with confidence, and you just go ahead and say, I can do this. My attitude is, even if you say no, I'm not quitting, so it doesn't matter. The biggest thing I've learned, guys, a no just means not yet. And I'm so happy that my daughter, who's 4, is learning this lesson. We were sitting in the restroom, and I was doing her hair, and Layla really likes to have her hair down. She likes to have her hair curled down. She likes to wear it that way. But I had put in some ponytails, and she said, Mommy, are you going to curl my hair? And my answer to her was, we'll see. And immediately Layla said, yes, we'll see. And what that told me about my child was she understands that just means not right now. But the possibility isn't gone. Even when I tell her no, she'll ask me again at a later time. And what usually happens is I end up giving in and saying, yeah, no problem. So, guys, the same way she has that persistence, the same way she doesn't take no for an answer, in the next 90 days, guys, you're just going to have to be okay with not taking no for an answer and knowing that no only means not yet for some people. And last but not least, guys, I had this really made me laugh for a minute, but it was so serious. In this next 90 days, you are not going to be given business partners. You're going to have to work just like everybody else. Don't try to take it the easy way out. So stop waiting for business partners to fall in your lap and take a lap and go find your business partners. I hope y'all heard that. Stop waiting for business partners to fall into your lap and take a lap and go find your business partners. Guys, I hope that what I've said will touch your heart, give you something, a nugget for these next 90 days. I know I'm growing so that I can be the leader that my women need me to be on this team, guys. I want to be there for you all. So I'm taking on the mantle so that I can go ahead and give you all what you need, as well as my fellow teammates that are fellas. I want to be there for you all as well to make sure that I give you the leadership you need. So, again, guys, it's attitude. My attitude is for change, guys. My attitude is to do better this time. So I hope you will take this challenge with me within the next 90 days to make sure you have a great attitude. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to make y'all laugh. We try to be extremely professional. For those that know, we have 2 children, 1 newborn. So in the midst of this call, we have to switch who gets the newborn. So I'm going to edify my husband because he is a great guy. He is a loving father. He does great things for this team, for this industry. I see him apply himself so much to do well in this business, guys. He is truly knowledgeable about this industry, so I hope you all are ready to hear from him. He is none other than the CEO of the Lavish Life Concepts Group, Mr. De'el Woods. Mr. Woods, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right, perfect. Hashtag Switch. Okay, guys, while my beautiful wife who just beasted that call, as I look at my shirt and see that my son is just throwing up on me, I want to let her know that she is the greatest wife / trainer / my everything, my boo thing, and my permanent girlfriend. So I definitely want to let you guys know that it is possible to build a business side by side with your mate, with your spouse, all right? Guys, we're doing some great things, and I already knew that she was going to do exactly what she did on this call, and we paper, rock, scissors for who was actually going to go first, and so really I just want to let you guys know that hopefully she doesn't overshadow my part. You know, I always want to give you guys a little bit more from the male side of things, as she did for the women, and you know, even some males. And so real quick, as I go to my battle station inside the closet where it's absolutely quiet, I want to let y'all know that I hope you got your pens and paper ready. I hope that you guys have your pens and paper ready, because we're about to go in on this practical stuff as well as some how-to stuff, all right? So real quick, I want to let you guys know, first of all, addressing things that have happened this week. Guys, know that this company has great leadership. In the heart of our president and our CEO. They understand everything that's going on as far as check run and all that stuff. So know that everything has been handled, and I'm super excited to say that we're a part of Wake Up Now. But let's get to war. What do I mean by get to war? All right, we're actually going to war, and war is an acronym standing for what's at risk here. All right, what's at risk? All right. Know that in this 90 days, people are getting very, very excited. All right? People are getting very, very excited. You have a revived attitude about yourself. But understand that everybody that's outside of Wake Up Now still is the same person. So what's at risk here? You're still going to actually be running up against skeptical people. You're still going to be going against those negative mindsets. You're still going to be going against those people that says that this is not good for you, this is not everything that you're jazzing it up to be. But let me ask you guys a question. What successes do your friends have in their life that honestly gives them the right to steal your success, to steal your dreams, to steal your passions? So understand that that is still going to be out there. Your success is reason why I feel like people that are your friends, your family, or whatever it is, the reason why they act ill towards you is because your success is going to amplify and mirror their mediocrity. And people do not want to literally look at themselves and see that somebody that was in our circle has elevated beyond our circle and has magnified the thing that I am living 20% of the life that I could be living. Just because I'm comfortable, just because I am settling for just being average. All right? So definitely understand that that's still out there. Understand that if we check this out. If we got to the pearly gates, and we standing in that long line, and you have lived a life of mediocrity, I think you'll have some explaining to do. I think that you will literally have some explaining to do by living a life that's halfway or not even all the way lived, playing it safe. All right? Understand this. We're going to get into what we would like to call leadership. Now, I want to let you guys know that I can speak for myself as well as all the other leaders, that we're sick and tired of people actually that are in Wake Up Now sending friend requests and sending messages to the leaderships, F5, F6s and above, and they're saying, hey, listen, I got something good going on. I want to know if you actually want to be a part of it. It's called Wake Up Now. Guys, please learn your prospects. Please take the time to find out one thing positive about them so that when you actually come to them, you can speak about the positive thing and learn a little bit about them and engage them in conversation versus want to send them a 5-minute video, all right? So that being out of the way, you're going to run against some people who are know-it-alls. I like to always call them, say they know all the answers before they even hear the question, all right? You have to take an interest in people if you want to be a magnetic recruiter. Take an interest in somebody in order for you to become a magnetic recruiter. You got to ask yourself, what separates you from the other people that are in Wake Up Now, that are the six-figure earners, as well as, we have seven-figure earners now. So ask yourself, what's different from them? Okay, you guys, we all have the same. We have different IBO numbers, which doesn't matter. However, we have the same back office. We don't have any special links as leaders. We have the same back office, the same website, unless, we purchase somebody else's, third-party website that links to the main replicated website. So everything is the same. Only thing is different is you. The system's the same. The product's the same. Back office is the same. What is the difference between all the leadership in this arena? So let's go ahead and talk about leadership right now. And I'm gonna step on some people's toes, and I'm gonna take some of my own advice right here. People are looking for strength and not strut. I'm gonna say that one more time. People are looking for leaders with strength and not strut. You see, some people, they get into this Wake Up Now opportunity. They do a few good things, they get a few paychecks, and now they want to just strut their stuff. They want to strut their stuff, basically saying that they have what I like to call I have arrived syndrome. Well, that means that I can just do anything. I don't have to do anything anymore. I can just, run my business with a whip and just say, listen, you guys need to do this. Versus just being the leader and leading leading the field, leading their team. They want to lead with strut. They just want to be without strength and all strut. What we've got to do today is actually force people into leadership during this 90-day challenge. During this 90 and 90, so many people are going to be exposed. Wake Up Now is going to expose you for who you truly are over the next 90 days. All right? Everybody's different, but you have to treat everybody the same. What do I mean by that? So many people say that, okay, you have an A personality, you have a red personality, you have all these different things, where they've been to some kind of Tom Hopkins sales training and got some colors or whatever it is. You want to put a label on somebody, basically saying that you have to treat this person different. Well, you have to recruit them different. Different people, as far as the whales, the fishes, and all the other stuff, you have to recruit them different. However, once they have recruited, you now need to treat them the same. Everybody needs to be treated the same, but you recruit them different. What do I mean? Different personalities need to be led by somebody that's strong anyway. And people are leading for people to lead them and not stroke them, as well as, just like in the judicial system, they say that people are innocent until proven guilty. Well, in leadership, it's opposite. All right, you are a leader until proven guilty. Okay, you are a leader until proven guilty. I'm going to treat you as a leader. Everything that I place upon you is going to be as of a leader, because I'm not going to train followers. Like, I'm not going to train you as you're going to forever be a follower, because I do not want to be leading a whole bunch of followers. I want to be leading leaders, all right? And if you're somebody that wants to be succeeded, basically have your team pass you up based off of or hit your same positions, you're cool with that, knowing that people can ask, who is that person? Man, that's Camber Vaughn. She's actually Founder 6. I'm like, man, she's doing well. Who is this person? This is Quiana Woods. She's a Founder 6. Man, who is Phoenicia? This person is a Founder 6. Whose team are they on? Oh, they're on my team. That's powerful. Understand this. And I'm gonna slow this down all the way. GOTS. Get out the spotlight. A millionaire, multi-millionaire mentor of mine says, get out the spotlight. See, the person behind the spotlight has the power. Ooh, the person behind the spotlight has the power. All right? So let's keep it moving. Let's go ahead into handling objections. Handling objections simply because you're still going to be faced with them in this 90 and 90 challenge. Okay? Understand that there's two ways to handling objections. You can either be brutal or you can be nice. All right? Those are the only two things you can do. You can be brutal or you can be nice when you're handling objections. Objections are simply areas of concern that people have that force them to actually hold on versus moving forward. All right? So these are the three things that you need to do. You need to validate it, you need to neutralize it, and then you need to move forward. I'm going to say that again. When handling objections, you need to validate it, neutralize it, then move forward. One of the biggest ones you're going to receive as far as rejections is, I don't have the money. Okay? Those are one of the most commonly used objections from people, and this is how you handle it. Okay? First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to handle it brutally. Okay? So you're going to say, well, first of all, I really appreciate you for bringing that up, and I can tell that it came from the heart. Let me ask you a question. How long have you been in the workforce? How long have you been working, right? And if they tell you I've been working 10 years, okay, you've been working 10 years and you honestly can't afford a $100 investment for your future. So honestly, what you have been doing for the past 10 years honestly doesn't seem to be working for you. Let me ask you a question. How long are you going to continue to let this happen to you? That's the first way you answer that question about money, all right? I'll go through it again. I don't have the money. Well, I really appreciate you for bringing that up. That's when you validate it, okay? And I can tell that it comes straight from the heart. That's when you neutralize it, all right? Now, let me ask you a question. How long have you been working? I've been working 10 years. I've been working 2 years. Okay, you've been working 2 years, and you honestly can't afford a $100 investment into your own future. Yes. All right. What you have been doing for the past 2 to 10 years honestly doesn't seem to be working for you if you can't afford a $100 investment into your own life. Let me ask you a question. How long are you going to continue to let this happen to you? That's what you got to ask yourself. Well, that's what you got to ask them. Now, handling it the right way. Well, handling it the nice way, not the right way, but the nice way. All right? This is what you do. Hey, listen, I don't have the money. Well, I thank you for that. I think it seems that it came from the heart, but I must ask you a question. What would it mean to you to never have to say that $100 is an issue? What would it mean to you to say that $100 is not an issue anymore? If I can show you a way to move forward that has helped me and countless numbers of other people get through this little situation that you're going through, would you take a look at it and apply it to your life? Would you do that? Okay. Next is the one that my wife spoke upon. I have to talk to my spouse. All right. I appreciate you telling me that, and I would do the same. Spousal support is important. Do you think we would have maybe 10 to 15 minutes to sit down where we can actually answer any questions they may have? Would that be possible? And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the real. This is gloves off type stuff. Anybody that will let their spouse stop them from getting started in a business so that they can provide for their spouse is weak and too weak for this industry. They are too weak for this industry because this is exactly what's being had. If you caught the vision and you let your spouse steal it away from you, this is exactly what it's like. It's like you personally seeing a sign that says free gold mine, and it's all to yourself. And then across the street seeing a sign that says free shovels. And all of a sudden you start digging, and all of a sudden you as a husband come behind or your wife come behind and say, honey, what are you doing? Understand that you're going to get some blisters. And that backs you out of doing everything that it is to provide for your family. For people who say that, listen, it's a $100 investment. You mean to tell me I got to pay for $100? Shift your focus from the $100 to what it can offer you. I like to tell a story. All of a sudden, it was a gentleman every morning he came out, seen his neighbor. His neighbor, he'll greet him and everything, and then he'll get back in the house after getting his mail, and they'll move on with their day. One day, this dude walked out. He seen a silver BMW outside of his neighbor's yard, and he understood that, hey, listen, I know that my neighbor, he works at this such and such place. Why is this person? Why he got a new fresh BMW? And then he goes to sleep, and he has a lot of racket. He has a lot of racket in the yard. He has a lot of racket in his backyard. So he pops up and he sees his neighbor, and so he goes and he falls asleep. Next morning he walks out and sees a Bentley in his neighbor's driveway. a Bentley in his neighbor's driveway, and he says, "What's going on?" So he goes to sleep, and all of a sudden he hears a lot of racket. He hears a lot of racket. And finally he just jumps the fence. He sees his neighbor, and he said, "Listen, I found a gold mine. You need to go get yourself an axe and a pick and a shovel." And then all of a sudden he says, "Go to Home Depot. Go get your axe, pick, and a shovel tomorrow morning." And then the neighbor goes to axe and a pick and to get a shovel. And he jumps the fence the next day without anything in his hands. And the neighbor says, "Where's your axe, pick, and shovel?" He says, "Man, you wouldn't believe it. An axe, pick, and a shovel cost $100 at Home Depot." That's exactly the same lifestyle that you're going to forever live, because you don't want to invest into your own personal will, into a tool that's going to get you to a new lifestyle. This guy's seen a BMW and a Bentley popped up in his driveway, in his neighbor's driveway. He's seen the success. He's seen the life change. He's seen all that stuff, and complained when his neighbor told him that it cost me $100 to get an axe, pick, and a shovel to actually go to work so I can provide a lifestyle for my family, a new lifestyle. And guys, over this next 90 days, talking 90 and 90, you're going to have to perfect your craft. I know people say this is not sales. Bull, all right? Reason why I say bull is because everything you do in your life is a sales process. Because I have a wife today because I was good at sales. I was good at convincing a young lady to actually spend the rest of my life with me, as well as I was good at convincing her to have 2 beautiful babies by me. You have to be good at sales in anything that you do. So learn how to talk in word pictures. What do I mean by word pictures? Imagine the feeling of owning your own home-based business. When you talk in word pictures, imagine the feeling. You're putting people right there in that situation, taking them out of the present and placing them into the image that you're paying for them. One of my mentors told me, listen, the way to be a magnetic recruiter is to start in their world and then bridge by bridge, word by word, take them into your world. That's exactly how you become a magnetic recruiter. And what I want to let you guys know is this. We're doing something very, very significant with Wake Up Now. I don't know if you guys really understand the power and the opportunity that is at hand right now. But the network marketing industry has been suffering for the past 100-plus years, where now this small company that is growing by leaps and bounds, that's breaking records, is now setting it straight. Our name is not only Wake Up Now because it's cool. It's because we are literally waking up the entire industry to let everybody see exactly what we're doing. How 18-year-olds to 25-year-olds is our demographic, our middle age or whatever, and how they're becoming $600 residual earners, and above, with a team of 12 individuals and a platinum membership. Guys, for the first time, to my knowledge, that our product, our Thunder, is going to be in stores. It's going to be in retail stores. And if you personally land the account, that residual income is going to be tied to you. That's powerful. And so, guys, be very, very, very cautious when listening to negative people. I always like to say, I will not let nobody negative rent space in my head. So immediately when somebody hits me with a negative term in my head, I'm just saying cancel, 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 because I don't want anything negative, a negative seed taking root into my head. Everything that you have been to this point is because it's negative seeds taking root in your head. And guys, I definitely want to let you guys know that we're going to build this business big. We're going to build this business like crazy. I want you guys to be amongst the top 100 global executives in this company, because when this company has 100 global executives, understand that the person that's going to actually be amongst that number is a person that actually chooses to do this 90 and 90 challenge and have multiple people do the exact same thing with you. Guys, I want to let you guys know that this is Lavish Life Concepts Tuesday Mindset Training Call. You've been graced by the beautiful wife, the queen of my castle, Miss Quiana Queen Woods. And I'm De'el Moneyman Woods, and I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is definitely too crowded, but I never look down on a person unless they're willing. I'm willing to help them up. And, guys, if you want to be a global executive, I just want you to go ahead and do like we always do and say global executive when the teleprompter tells you to go ahead and say global executive. 1, 2. Guys, this call is officially over. God bless.